and welcome to another episode of Tech Talk on Trust TV. This week, we'll be looking at the rise of mobile banking apps, point of sale POS, and their persistent problems. My name is Dr. Yakubuzada. Thanks for joining us. In recent years, the world of banking has witnessed a remarkable transformation with the proliferation of mobile banking applications. Mobile banking, often referred to as POS apps, have revolutionized the way people manage their finances, make payments, and conduct various banking transactions. While these apps have brought convenience and flexibility to our financial lives, they are not without their share of problems. Mobile banking apps have changed the way we interact with our banks. These applications allow users to access their account, transfer funds, pay bills, and even invest, all from the convenience of their smartphones. The ability to perform these tasks anywhere, anytime has made mobile banking a game changer in the financial industry. While mobile banking apps have undoubtedly improved banking experiences, they are not without their problems, such as security concerns, technical glitches, and limited accessibility. As technology advances, addressing these challenges will be crucial in ensuring that mobile banking apps remain a reliable and secure means of managing finances for all users. We spoke to Nigerians and they shared their experiences using POS and mobile banking services in Nigeria.
Most challenges, I think the common ones are just when you will be debited, but the receiver has not received the money. But most times it will be reversed immediately, while most times it takes weeks, months. And on the rare cases, the money is gone. Probably if the money is not much, you decide to just let it go because it's not much and all that. I'm very comfortable doing transactions on my phone. It's very convenient. I really don't have any concern when it comes to mobile banking, but it's just for them to upgrade their system. If they can upgrade their system to avoid all these hackers and all that. If the system is upgraded, I think it will go a long way. Because most apps are very easy for any hacker to just get into the system and all that. Most PS agents don't really have issues, if you ask me, because if they debit you and the PS provider is not seeing the money on our system and all that, most time it comes from your bank. And if you go to your bank, the bank will call them. There is a connection, there is a relationship, there is a correlation between the POS users and the bank. When you go there, they have a number to call. They will know where the fund is, if the fund is hanging with them or probably is with the POS operator. But when you get to your bank, you get the full detail where the fund is, just for them to upgrade their system. Because if you go back to the bank, most times we don't get reversals. But if they can upgrade their system, I think the reversal issue will be settled. So you don't have anything to fear once your money is debited, and you'll be rest assured that it will be reversed. But once the system is upgraded, and I think that will be.
All these people will come around, they will tell you they transfer for you, they have done this. You will not see it at the end of the day. And maybe if you've given your money, you will not even know what is happening. By the time you remember yourself, you have noticed that you have given a lot of money out, and that's all. That's gone. Sometimes most of these people that come to do this POS is jazz they use. Not even the transaction will not even work. It will show pending, and it will go back to them. Sometimes is all these what do we call it? Fake alerts. Your account will not add, but you see a message. So you just count the money and give them. Then at the end of the day, once you checked, you see that your account have not added to the this, and you have given them the money and they have gone already. So you'll be the one that will lose. Some of us are working for people actually, and that kind of money, once you lose it, is gone.
In terms of mobile banking app, I think the only challenge I've faced is so far so good. I've not been able to log in my mobile banking. I use about 2 banks, and when I try to put in my password or to even log in to activate it. It doesn't work. I recently lost my SIM, so I wanted to make a transfer, and somebody said, why not use your mobile banking app? I tried, it's not working. So they're asking me to have to go to the bank to do that. And I've been in Abuja now for 2 years, and I've never been to a bank because the queue and all. So of course, it's quite convenient now. I wouldn't, unlike those days, the earlier days, you probably have to go and use the ATM and then check your balance, and you have to go through a lot of queues. But now you just press a number and then you get to check your balance via your phone. The fear of my phone getting missing, because my phone got missing sometime last year, and the only thing I could think about was the money in my account. But thankfully, it wasn't stolen, because I've heard stories of people whose phones were stolen and then people had to like withdraw money from their accounts or even borrow money on their behalf from all these loan sharks, and that's a problem. But I've not experienced it. A lot of banks have like hidden charges that you don't even know about. Unlike POS, you just know that okay, I'm going there to withdraw and then I'm paying 100 naira. But when you are making some transactions with your mobile banking apps or USSD code like I use, you don't get to see the actual charge. I just stay and I see 15 naira out of my account, 20 naira out of my account. For what? And these are the ones that they tend to show you. I want to believe that there are other charges that go out of your account that you don't even know about. So the convenience of having to just, creates impulse buying, because a lot of times you just want to, you don't really need these things, but because you know that one, two, three, you have gotten it with your phone, you just go ahead and buy it. Unlike when you know you have to go to the bank, you have to queue. When you think about it, you know that you just stay back. First of all, you'll be sure that you really need to buy this thing before you go ahead and buy. But for now, I might just be walking along Banex now and I don't even really need anything. And then I see something, I feel like I have the money, and then I buy it because I can just press my phone and get it. So, yeah, it creates irresponsibility. It does.
The challenges I face is somebody make a fake transfer and I didn't see it, so I didn't know it was fake transfer, so that was the first time I experienced it. I feel so bad after that because that was the first time of me doing it, so I feel so bad. It was fake transfer and I didn't saw it.
He just showed you from his phone.
Yes, it was successful and it was fake. So that day, it starts when there is rain that day, so I didn't know. I thought it was network, so I made the transfer for him and the thing was fake. As in, it was not a transfer successful, it was just fake alert. It shows me on his phone, he just created it on his phone.
Basically, the major issue I faced is this issue of debit without dispense. You get to do a POS transaction and then the bank debits you, but then you don't have access to the money because the vendor is saying that he has to wait for a withdrawal from the bank. And most of the times, those withdrawals don't come within 24 hours. At times, you have to get into the banking hall to lodge, fill a complaint paper for you to get a reversal. Those are the things that really discourages one. And because of the tedious nature of getting those reversal done, most times you let the money go. I have had instances where I had to just let the money go because I just couldn't wait for the time to get the reversal. And maybe because I'm also a very busy person, I can't really just go to the banking or wait all days to get attended to. So if the money is not so much, I let it go. Then in terms of mobile apps, the major challenge is this network downtime. It's crazy. It's really crazy. There's a particular bank I'm using for 4 days at a stretch. Last week, there was no network to do online transaction. I was pissed off. So basically, if the banking industry could work on their network, yes, probably the software they are using is not really up to date. They should update the software so that it could be easy for customers to use their mobile apps. Then another challenge I faced recently is the issue of hackers. That's a major challenge in Nigeria. Hackers are really doing a very, very terrible work when it relates to banking transactions. And it's gone past the time where people say probably there's a compromise on your PIN or maybe there's a compromise on your banking details. It's beyond that. I've had an instance I couldn't remember when I gave out my PIN. I couldn't remember if I ever compromised on my card details. But I was just sleeping at night and then I started getting alerts. Somebody was withdrawing my money from somewhere I didn't know. So those are the things banking customers face on a daily basis. you can't be too sure. You can never be too sure that your account can be saved. So I believe the banking industry should also work on their security. They should upgrade their security details on their website so that it makes it impossible for the hackers to be able to log into their database.
Some of the challenges are some customers do come to transfer money to your account. Yes, when they transfer the money, they will say they have debited them, and meanwhile you have not received the money in your own account. So all those things now, some of them they will just have that eager for you to be giving them money without you seeing the money to drop in your account. They will say you should give them the money that they have debited them already, so that they will go. I have a colleague that they do all this thing in the morning. Someone sent money to her account. She did not see it, but the person said they has debited him already. Meanwhile, she did not see that person the money. And with all those seriousness, the person was shouting on her. She just counted the money and gave to the person, and the person ran away with it. Till today, we've not seen it. And again, some network problems. Network do disturb us for all these things.
Let me talk about the POS. There are so many challenges there. At times, I think about 3 or 4 occasions, I've done transaction with POS. Now, it printed a decline. And then in less than 2 minutes, I see deduction in my alert. Then when I went back, and they referred me to the bank. And now, why can't you do it by yourself? They say I should go to the bank. So you go to the bank, you fill form. They cannot treat your case that day. They ask you to come again another time. So you keep at times, if it is not big money, you leave it. Okay. There was a time I made a transaction of a withdrawal of 15,000. And now the POS man asked me to go to the bank. And these are about 3 occasions. Now I went down there to that bank. Do you know, it took about 2 months. Then when I went to the bank, after about a month, they said they have paid back. They have returned back that money to the POS. I fill form, I send it. It took about 2 months before the POS people now paid me back that money.
Sometimes, like I'm facing one now, I try to pay a customer, that UPS, parcel services, since 2 weeks ago, 22,670 naira through my First Bank POS, First Bank ATM. Up till now, they deducted my money. Up till now, I have not seen that money. One happened at one filling station NPC somewhere in Kubwa Road with GTB, my GTB bank account. Do you understand? 6,500 naira. They don't have not seen those money now. Do you understand? So why? Do you understand? The system is not good. No, some are effective, but sometimes it fails. Do you understand? Not all of them. Do you understand? And the problem is how to retrieve that money. Like them now, the First Bank issue, I have filled their form online. So I entered the bank, they said I should fill online from the app, which I did. But up to, I think it's over 10, 12 days now. They say within 5 to 7 working days that I will see that money again. Do you understand? Up to 10 to 12 days now, I've not seen the money. Do you understand? That means I have to go back to the bank. And I don't know whether they credited my customer. That is a very difficult situation. I don't know how to go back to customer. Those people say they credited the account. Do you understand? But I need my money. 22,670 naira. I even have this thing here, the slip. They withdraw. Where is the auto reverse? Do you understand? So now it's a very serious problem. Do you understand? That one can go a long way to feed the family.
Welcome back from that break. In case you're just joining us, you're watching Tech Talk on Trust TV. We now have Mr. Bolade Idakolo, who is an economist. You're welcome to the program today.
Thank you for having me.
All right, we'll start with the very first question here. In a country like Nigeria, where cybersecurity and fraud is a concern, how do we ensure the security of mobile banking transactions and build trust among users?
Actually, to ensure the security of the mobile banking transactions, the operators need to go an extra mile to fortify their systems. And also there should be adequate communication between the end users and the operators in ways and means of securing their mobile banking passwords and codes. Because we have seen situations whereby very simple codes are being used by operators, the subscribers for their mobile banking. And at the end of the day, it gives people the opportunity to hack into those mobile banking applications and use it for all sorts. So we know that apart from making sure that the applications from the operators is hard cast to the extent that it will be difficult for people to hack in generally without basic informations. We also need to communicate as well to the users to ensure that they do not allow their application, their mobile banking passwords and codes to be displayed easily, or to ensure that whatever platform they are using, whether it's their mobile phones or laptops, they ensure that it's adequately secured so that third parties will not intrude and be able to use it to defraud them.
All right, so Nigeria has a diverse population with varying levels of technological literacy.
Yeah.
How do you approach the challenge of making mobile banking services accessible and user-friendly for a wide range of users?
Actually, if you look at other climes, most of the mobile banking applications in other climes, they even try as much as possible to use local languages to ensure that people that are not fast with whether English language or French or other major languages can use their local languages to be able to access these applications. Another thing that is also very important is communication and user education. User education transfers not only while you want to start using the mobile app, it also goes down to when you approach your bank to want to use their apps, or you approach the operators of these mobile apps that you want to use it. There should be user education to the extent, to the simplest form of it, to ensure that those that are going to use it will not be afraid to use it, and they will use it in the convenience of what they can understand. So all the languages that could be confusing to the users should be distilled from, they should be removed from the app so that it will be easier for them to use. The second aspect of it is the modem that is being used as well. Whether the mobile phones that are being used, the application should be able to fit into less complicated phones so that other illiterate users or those that are not so vast in IT or IT savvy will be able to use it as well. So it will not only be on the iPhones and the other types, it will come to the other levels of phones that they can be able to appreciate and be able to use it as well. So the two major factors is the education of the users, the ensuring that they have adequate understanding of using these applications, and also the interface, the phones should not be too exclusive to the extent that an ordinary village woman will not be able to use it, or the cost will drive away those that are the low income group to be able to purchase a phone to be able to use for mobile apps.
Okay, so some of the arguments associated with the adoption of these digital transactions can be, cost.
Yes.
So especially for small businesses, how can the industry address concerns, that are relating to transaction costs and fees?
I believe that one of the core objectives of the Central Bank of Nigeria is penetration of financial transactions, even to the lowest rung of the people, to the lowest level, the villages and the rest. So when we are looking for financial penetration, we should also ensure that it does not come to burden the people that you want to use. That's why you see that most banks, for example, the deposit money banks, turn out accounts that are zero charges, that you open with 0 naira and the rest. So when you come to mobile applications and transactions, the CBN which is the regulator, should ensure that most of these mobile apps should cascade their charges to the lowest level. I do not expect somebody that wants to transfer 200 naira, for example, to pay the same rate or fee as somebody that is transferring 100,000. So this should be cascaded in a way that somebody transferring 200 should be charged a minimal of 5 naira or 10 naira the most, so that it will not be a burden onto such a person. While somebody that is transferring 100,000 wouldn't mind paying 100 naira because of the volume that is being used. So the charges should be relative based on transaction that is being consummated. And the CBN, which is the regulator, should monitor this or monitor customers' complaints where situations arises where these operators want to rip off their customers in the name of charges and all sorts. So it behoves on the operators not to want to make all the profit at all costs to the detriment of their customers by ensuring that it is cascaded to the transactions volume before charges are made. And there are people that monitors them to ensure that this is done.
So in many areas of Nigeria, there are still challenges with poor technological infrastructure and internet connectivity, which adversely affects the widespread adoption of mobile banking. What do you think can be done to fix this?
Actually, the operators of these apps need to do a lot in conjunction with the central bank and as well as the state government and the federal government. We know that internet penetration is improving in Nigeria based on awareness, and most of the major telecom companies are moving into these areas to ensure that they have their mass to be able to have access to the internet. But be that as it may, any organization, any app that wants is an app to gain universal acceptance, national acceptance, should ensure that it liaises with most of these telecom companies in various states and various local environments to ensure that their app will be able to work there. If I have confidence that when I go to my village, your app is going to work in my village, I wouldn't mind coming to this town to ensure that I subscribe to your. So those are the issues that needs to be looked into. Most of the time, these apps are generated by these deposit money banks and other operators for people that are in the urban areas, neglecting the people in the rural areas. So, and not knowing that somebody in the urban area has transaction dealings in the rural areas as well. When they go for village meeting, they go for one thing or the other, or they have to do transactions that involves them in the rural areas. So the operators, for them to have enough reach, they must take it as part of their investment to ensure that rural areas have connectivity to be able to use their applications.
Thank you so much for joining us on the program today.
Thank you for having me.
All right, we'll go on a quick break, and when we return, we'll bring you tech tips. Stay with us. Today on Tech Tips, we'll be giving you tips on how to secure your mobile banking apps. 1. Use strong passwords. Create a complex password with a mix of letters, numbers, and symbols. 2. Enable biometric authentication. Utilize fingerprint or facial recognition if your device supports it for an added layer of security. 3. Keep software updated. Regularly update your mobile banking app and your device's operating system to ensure you have the latest security patches. 4. Use official app stores. Only download the mobile banking app from official app stores to reduce the risks of downloading malicious software. 5. Beware of phishing. Avoid clicking on links from unknown sources. Verify the authenticity of emails or messages claiming to be from your bank before taking any action. 6. Secure Wi-Fi connections. Use secure password-protected Wi-Fi networks. Avoid conducting financial transactions on public Wi-Fi. 7. Set up account alerts. Enable notifications for transactions or any changes to your account settings. This helps you quickly identify and address any suspicious activity. 8. Log out after transactions. Always log out of your mobile banking app after completing transactions to prevent unauthorized access. 9. Device security. Secure your device with a PIN or password to prevent unauthorized access in case your phone is lost or stolen. And finally, 10. Install security software. Consider using reputable security software on your device to protect against malware and other threats. Remember, staying vigilant and adopting these practices can significantly enhance the security of your mobile banking apps. And that's a wrap for this week. Don't forget to follow us across all our social media platforms. Join us next week, same time, same station, for a fresh edition of the program. I am Dorcas Yakubzala. Goodbye.